Skew is where most of the scores pile up on one side of a graph, which can include positive and negative distributions, also known as positive and negative skews. Positive skew is when most of the scores or data line up on the left side of a graph. An example of a positive skew can be income.
A negative skew occurs when most of the data is found on the right side of the distribution. An example of this can be an easy college course, where the majority of students receive A's and B's, but a few unmotivated students still fail. A symmetrical distribution is where most of the data falls towards the center of the distribution. This causes the mean and median to have the same value. An example of this would be rolling 2 dice, because rolling a 7 is both the most likely option, along with it being the mean and the median.
Mean and median are two different ways to determine middle distribution, also known as central tendency. This allows researchers to identify values that best represent the test group in order to better apply the findings to the population. However, each one does this differently, and each one has a different result depending on the distribution and variability of the scores.
An example for mean versus median was calculating the number of baskets versus distance of a cup.
Median is determined by ordering all the scores in numerical order from low to high. The number in the middle is the median. If there are two values in the middle, simply add them together and divide by 2.
This is an example of finding the median or the middle number in the dataset for how many baskets were made and the distance between the cup.
Mean is determined by adding all the scores together, then dividing by the number of scores.
This is an example of finding the mean by adding up all of the scores from the same dataset and dividing by however many scores there were.